It's map 2 between TYLOO and Beyond Esports, and it's a must-win for Beyond if they want to stay in the upper bracket.
It is. I don't think they will stay in the upper bracket, and to be honest, unless they can show that they're at a decent level of performance, I don't think they're going to be staying in the lower bracket either, even if it does end up being Vici or Invictus, whichever one of those heads down there. I don't think it's really going to matter too much. Either way, Jordan, just the most standard strat you've ever seen. Wall of smokes on the other side of site and some flashes out.
Indeed, indeed. The GGBet odds looking quite comfortable for TYLOO. No surprises there. And they're also looking quite comfortable getting into the A-bomb site, as you've already alluded to, Tilski.
So this is a round that anyone that's played a competitive game of Mirage before has seen a million times. The A execute, the full retake from the CTs. Let's see how it goes.
Let's see, indeed. Attacker just completely baiting slowly, and as soon as slowly gets that first pick, he peeks off of it. Now another headshot across from Summer, but the trades are in from Beyond. It's 3 for 3 so far. Danking with the P250 has actually got quite a bit of work to do, and there's a smoke for Mirage, so he's going to try and look to get on that defuse, which he has already done.
What? It's planted default?
It's definitely not planted for Danking, so
that's the only place you don't plant if you're going to do stairs and jungle smokes. I'm so confused.
Well,
that's a bit weird. Yeah, like even look, if you want to go for a safe plant it behind triple. You've got CT control. What's the worst that can happen? But default, that's like the worst place to plant it. That's the only place you don't plant it.
Well, you can blame Summer for that one. He was the one carrying the bomb.
That's all right. Also, he was the one carrying the team last game, so we'll give him a bit of a.
No.
Okay, no, we're bullying him just like you guys are bullying me. Let's see if TYLOO's going to be bullying with this force buy here. A whole bunch of Galils and AK
util
for slowly. They don't need util. They've got guns.
They don't need util, Jordan. They have guns. They kill. They shoot head.
Ooh, ah.
Ooh, ah.
They're just really taking their time, man. They're waiting for some peaks from the CTs. Beyond's not giving them any peaks. The ideal thing here for Beyond really would be just a nicely timed push in the mid-round, backed up by some utility. TYLOO falling back towards this B side of the map, and it's a good read, really. Mirage is there with an AUG, which could cause them some problems if the flashes aren't placed correctly. But all things considered, if they can avoid the AUG, maybe trade out 1 for 1, they can set themselves up in a good post plant here.
Well, Summer is getting ready with one of the flashes. Danking right next to him, so you're going to see that flying through. Mirage, though, with the AUG, gets traded pretty quickly. Molotov is going to get the kill onto slowly, but STK goes charging up mid. He'll drop again. It's just Trade City at the moment. And Danking wins a very, very crucial aim duel. 1 HP for him. AK in the hands for Summer, though. You said he carried on at map 1. Well, he might be able to carry here as well in this round. QQ drops. And KNTZ still has a lot of ground to cover. Summer rolls it around the corner, bangs him out of the server. See you later, mate. That's Chinese Counter-Strike.
Look at that. He's got a ring on his middle finger. It's basically
luckily, it's not a wedding ring.
Yeah, the finger he gave to Beyond there.
Otherwise, all the ladies and girls would be very sad.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, man. He's looking sharp today. You'll have to watch Summer play.
Would you let Summer one-tap you?
Undoubtedly.
Great news, great news.
Okay.
Make sure I arrange that next time we go to China.
Okay. Look, maybe not. Can I back out? I don't know if I can. Beyond doesn't know if they can either, to be honest. They're already down a map. They lose against the force buy there. Now they have to try and buy their way back into it, but they don't feel great about it, Jordan. I can tell you that.
They do not. Beyond is, metaphorically, up the creek without a paddle. And TYLOO is the waterfall that they're about to fall over. So, straight into the A-bomb site here, TYLOO. No messing around. It's a split coming up from Cologne and out main and Palace. It's worked out pretty nicely. KNTZ, the only one to really get anything of substance done for Beyond Esports. Danking's going to go running around, farming up that Mac 10.
4 alive for TYLOO. Pretty good anti-force. Now they're heading into the anti-eco. Already this is looking dicey for Beyond. They're meant to be a bit better on the CT side of things. And it doesn't really look like they're going to be able to get their money rolling for the foreseeable future. And they're going to be going up against a pretty strong T-side economy. even if they do. Danking's going to farm up in mid with that Mac 10. The rest of TYLOO's already taken the A bomb site, but Danking might just kill all the CTs. Well, most of them, at least, as somebody mocks the rest up. Very quick round. That's how I like my ecos.
Yep.
Just get out of the way.
I agree. What does Danking do here? He's got money for the AWP, but I don't really see TYLOO pick the AWP up all that often on the T side, so I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised to see him just go back down to another rifle, but has opted for the AWP this time. That's not a lot of util for the CTs. But Pili, remember, they don't need util because they've got guns.
Well, you would say that if they were as good with the guns as TYLOO were, but they're not. At least not today. I think some would say not in general.
Definitely not in general. I would agree with that. Double stack towards ramp. KNTZ and QQ. Someone doesn't seem to be baited into it at all. TYLOO once again just walking into mid, getting mid control. It's a big stack on B.
Yeah, mid hasn't really been contested by Beyond, not to mention the fact that they don't really have a whole lot of utility. And attackers basically just walked up connector. Full confidence. Just take that map control without a single grenade, really. Now you're starting to see this A split come into fruition. QQ's already in a bit of a rough position.
Looks like he might get away with his life for now. Boost for Summer over the smoke. They've actually spotted the players in ramp, but Olivia rounds the corners. Attacker and Slowly had no idea what was going to go on there. And it's fallen apart for TYLOO. It was the perfect setup. They walked all the way into A, so deep. But they didn't check CT spawn.
It's all on Olivia, really. If those players coming up connector get wide enough to be able to attack A ramp, it puts way too much pressure on the double setup towards ramp. But as soon as he multi-frags there, things go a hell of a lot better for Beyond. Also helps that QQ gets a kill over the smoke with the FAMAS. A nice round for Beyond. Those are the kind of rounds that I wish I would see from Beyond more often, but usually nowadays I only see maybe 3 or 4 of them a map. That's a 1-for-1. I think TYLOO's okay with that. They've still got this connector control.
It might be about to have A-site control pretty soon as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on Beyond here, and they don't really have a whole lot going for them. QQ's the main man who has to have impact. He's in that left-sided window, so if he picks his timing right, he could be able to try to defend one of these players pushing real deep, like somebody over there who's just won that aim duel. Yeah. AK versus M4 hitting the head. It feels bad man situation.
Bomb's going to be retrieved as well, which is not a problem for TYLOO. No one from Beyond exploring into CT spawn. But STK has walked himself out onto the A bomb site, playing by triple, and attacker not ready for that at all. Summer, however, swings out off the balcony. And that's not a fun time for Beyond. A couple more headshots from Summer. His sharp run continues. And Beyond are going to be down to just the one gun, the AUG here of Mirage, and I dare say he's probably not going to be able to keep this alive. There's a hunt going on. Somebody, though, very low on HP, actually won't be able to take him down. So they might have done enough here, Mirage, to keep the AUG in hand. It's a rough one, though, for Beyond. Money's going to be shot.
Yeah, it's like a wooden spoon prize. Got to hold on to your gun, but TYLOO's still cracking down on your money.
You like wooden spoons, don't you?
Applying the pressure.
Did I have this conversation with you or with Mac?
It was a Mac. Sounds like a Mac conversation.
You like the thick wooden spoon or the thin wooden spoon?
Why would you want a thick wooden spoon?
I don't know. I was definitely on the thin wooden spoon hype train, so I'm glad we agree.
Yeah, why would you? What is a thick wooden spoon good for?
That's a great question. Just sucking. That's what it's good for, I reckon.
Thick wooden spoon is like me playing Counter-Strike. What's the point? Just sucks.
USP's out for the boys.
Honestly,
got a deagle.
Honestly, Jordan, I think the thick wooden spoon should just stick to casting.
That's one way to win a round, though, when you have only one gun.
Win? I don't think that.
Winnable, winnable.
No.
Yeah?
No,
Winnable.
it's not going to happen.
No way.
We're already making references to something that people don't know is happening yet.
We can see the future, you see. It's because we're in Australia.
We're one day ahead.
We are one day ahead. And my crystal ball has said that TYLOO will win this round.
Genius. Stop clicking your Glock at me like that, mate. What do you think you're doing?
I think mine was better.
I think yours was better. I reckon maybe like that cheek approach rather than the you know, yeah, that's definitely the way to do it.
Let's see. Well, Valve, if you're listening and you want to make some new gun sounds, hit me up. I'm prepared.
If speaking of gun sounds, if you guys ever want to just get thrown into a whole new dimension, go watch a Counter-Strike game from 2012 or 2013.
Oh, yeah. Trippy, hey. Everything sounds different.
Go watch like the finals of the first major. Fnatic Nip.
Fnatic NIP. Back when that was the biggest match in Counter-Strike. Good times.
Now the biggest match in Counter-Strike is TYLOO and whoever they're beaten that day. Right?
I'm not sure that I necessarily agree with the premise. But it's the biggest match on this stream tonight. Because the first one didn't really deliver too much.
Well, neither of them are really delivering. Oh, TYLOO! They're throwing an execute.
Yeah.
This is a rare occurrence.
Somebody's already worked his way up
4
mid.
smoke execute. Okay, okay.
They've got everything.
They've thrown 2 into CT. 1 on top of the box, 1 to the side of the box. Right side smokes like about 6 flashes, and it's just really not working.
Well, somebody just tried to walk out. KNTZ hasn't been flushed off of the balcony. Now he's going to go underneath. Attacker is in all sorts of problems. I mean, look, to be honest,
That execute sucked.
there was some nice grenades from TYLOO.
No, like the smokes like were okay, right? They were all right.
All right.
But they threw like 4, 5, 6 flashes so that they could get Tetris.
That's like, you know, when you're playing a game, you're like, watch this. You like try to 360 no scope into the bomb site and you just completely fail.
But the thing is that sucked so hard about this execute is they threw like so many flashes to get out ramp. None of them got a duel with any CTs that were blind, and then they just walked into CTs in entrenched positions and
like,
just got absolutely owned. And they're like, oh, none of them are blind because we burned through all of our flashbangs to get Tetris control.
Yeah, I like Tetris.
I'm out A ramp. It's like, congrats, man.
Well, back to the basics maybe for TYLOO. And, I mean, that's worked much better, hasn't it? They just walk out, no execute at all, contact play. Yeah, it's turned itself on its head, though. Olivia and QQ finding killer piece. Somebody will be able to trade back down, but that's over on the B side of the map. So I think this round will just probably slow down a little bit here. STK needs to be careful that somebody doesn't trade him back out, but he's already out onto the B site. Somebody has no fear.
Bomb setting to B. This is going to be an important duel. QQ and somebody. They've avoided each other for now.
Well, it might end up being QQ and Summer, which is not going to be good news for TYLOO because Summer is very low on HP. Timing. We'll see where QQ looks. If he looks into mid,
Oh, he's
might
got
get
it.
something.
Oh, no. Oh, no. No. No.
No. Back to T-spawn. Olivia now might get an angle to look on short if he would have kept pushing into the A site, but he won't. And so, like ships in a night, Summer has just gone straight in between both of the CTs, right into the bomb site. He'll get a bomb plant here if he's quick, which he will be. Somebody just hiding behind Van. I don't know that Summer's going to be able to get off the bomb site here, and he won't. They'll have their work cut out from them, dealing with somebody who's on a roll in this round so far. That's his 3rd kill. A 1-on-1. And Olivia works his way up from short. Doesn't have too much time to work with here. Orb in hand. Will be challenged. And answers the challenge quite nicely. Beyond Esports will win the round.
That is giving TYLOO a lot of money problems, Jordan. They actually have to take a single save.
Yeah.
Got some typing in the chat. You were saying, Jordan, you always want to know what they're saying.
Yeah. What do you think they're saying?
Nice shot, Olivia. Thank you. You're really good. I love you.
Was it really a nice shot? I mean, it was a good shot, but it wasn't like nice shot worthy. You know what I'm saying?
Well played.
Yeah, maybe. WP or would you write well played? What do you reckon?
I probably would have said nice.
That's dripping with sarcasm though, when you receive it as an enemy.
Yeah, but like culturally, is it sarcastic? Because from our perspective, it's sarcastic.
Yep.
But when they say it,
Maybe.
with English as a second language and, you know, all this other stuff, is it sarcastic?
I don't know. Maybe not then.
Because I feel like the meaning of the word becomes so much more literal.
You are probably correct. Bit of a nothing round so far from TYLOO, but hang on. Don't even talk. Shut up, caster.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Here we go. Oh, never mind.
Never mind.
Nah, there's no way you could do it.
No way. Not a chance.
Yeah.
Okay, not this time.
Okay, crisis averted. Just a couple of deagle shots. Nothing to get excited about, Jordan.
No.
Just relax yourself, mate.
I am relaxed.
All right. Well, Beyond's doing okay. Maybe they could even win the half.
I think we've still got some legs yet in TYLOO.
Yeah, they have been playing a bit funky.
Wouldn't really count my chickens before they hatch.
Who would? Nowadays, there's just massive chicken farms. Do they really count them? Probably. Watched a documentary about those chicken farms a little while ago.
Well, it's a gun round here for TYLOO.
They're going to go for a bit of mid-control. Just a 1-3-1. Back of smoke, B apartments. And Beyond tried to go for a little bit of control, but they have conceded it for the time being. Now TYLOO taking some mid-control, smoke onto the top of Con. They're just slowly creeping around the map. I like that. Molotov onto bricks, flash into ladder. Now they've got ladder control. They've still got that smoke on top Con. They could creep up Con as well. This is exactly the kind of map control that you want to get as in a 1-3-1. But I think Beyond in the setup that they're in, when they have a player deep in A ramp, they are kind of okay with conceding that mid control and just playing defensively like they are. You feel a lot more comfortable when you have that A ramp control when you're playing retake.
It does interest me that TYLOO are continuing to be able to get mid control for free every single round. But Beyond seem to be comfortable with their sight holds regardless. Now, I wonder if TYLOO's going to think that there's someone under Falk as a result of that smoke. Olivia already putting in some pretty good work with the AWP, and he really showed up on Overpass. They've got no control of A-Ramp, and that's going to give a free kill to KNTZ. Danking down TYLOO. I don't know what that was.
This is classic. Alpha Red happening right here. They get control of the CT economy, they get a couple of AUGs, and they get an AWP, and all of a sudden you can't stop them. Have we taken a time machine? Have we gone back in time? I feel like this is a game that I watched in 2019.
Yeah, I was going to say 2019.
Go back and watch an Alpha Red game on Mirage and you'll see exactly this kind of play. No mid control, couple of AUGs, an AWP, a handful of utility. And they just play passive lines. They don't care what you throw at them. Molotov off the lamp. That's Apps control for my rolls. Needs to be careful here, though. A lot of TYLOO players with a lot of pistol and armor.
Yeah, somebody goes creeping through. The spray is there for Myrolls, though. He suspects something. TYLOO are going to try and go quickly. Myrolls just doesn't quite get the timing, but they probably don't expect one more player at ramp. Van even is what I meant. STK will punish TYLOO before being jumped, Goomba stomped really it was, by Summer, who now has an AUG in hand. And that really could have got out of hand, but QQ keeps it alive.
This is a really funky T side from TYLOO, to be honest. I don't really like what they're doing.
You know what actually now does strike me as a potential problem? We've seen TYLOO play Mirage twice against Vici and lose it twice in a row after literally looking unstoppable on the map. So I wonder if something's changed for TYLOO on this map, you know?
I feel like they're not playing like TYLOO. I feel like they're playing like with the straight...
What are they playing?
They're playing like this EU-esque style, you know, where they're trying to throw executes, they're trying to do 1-3-1s and take mid-control and stuff.
Well, they are taking mid-control. They're not really having to take it, they're just getting gifted it.
Yeah, they're like practicing a lot of good things. I almost feel like this is like a scrim from TYLOO right now.
Okay.
They're not really playing to win this map, because if they were, they would just be palace popping and running at them. You know, I feel like this is kind of... I don't know. You are right, though. Like, that Vici result, or the Vici results as of late, does seem like TYLOO trying to play uncharacteristic to their style, which is not a bad thing. They're trying to diversify their play a little bit more, try some new things. Which is something that old iterations of TYLOO really struggled to do from time to time, especially when they went international. And they're sticking to their guns again. It's the map control style. Smoke on top con, smoke on window, slowly trying to get ladder. Seems like this is the dynamic duo for TYLOO. Just attacker in towards connector, slowly in towards ladder room. And, ooh, I could have sworn that Slowly was going to win that every day of the week, but not quite getting it over the line against QQ.
Yeah, Slowly generally is pretty sharp in situations like that, but Beyond have really been getting the better of a lot of these duels, and particularly the opening duels, which have meant that TYLOO have had to play out 4-on-5 in a lot of these rounds, and now it's even 3-on-5. Dan King drops as well. QQ, how has he done that? 8 HP, and he's gotten 2 kills from 8 HP. Somebody tries to step up here for TYLOO, but I mean, it's just looking like they're getting banged out of this server by Beyond.
Yeah.
Unreasonable.
Bombs dropped in middle. That's not the bomb site.
20 seconds. Not happening.
Not happening.
Not a chance.
2 more rounds in the half. I don't know if TYLOO's going to have enough cash in the next round to buy up. They're going to save over this gun for somebody. They haven't got a bomb plant down. How's this happening? What happened to TYLOO's Mirage?
Where did it go?
There's no way he should be getting half of those kills. I feel like really sluggish reactions from TYLOO. This is a bit more like it. Just get out there, palace pop, get in their face a bit.
9 opening duels to 4. That'll be 10 opening duels to 4. Okay, and TZ's got another one, and QQ helps him out. This is what you wanted to see, Pilski, but I don't think it's the fashion in which you wanted to see it. Again, it's just the opening duels. Beyond are continuing to be able to find those openers. Somebody's always good at the end of the round, but trying to start panning. Yeah, you can get 2 kills at the end of the round, but what does it matter if Beyond's going to get over the line? That's 9 now.
Not work out for them. Ran into that crossfire between jungle and A site. I don't know if the flashes were necessarily thrown at the right time. You know, they're meant to pop over Palace as you're coming out. I feel like they threw the flashes and then they came out Palace like 2 to 3 seconds later, and QQ was just in jungle like, I'm just chilling, bro.
Look at this, Beyond have invested into 3 orgs.
Yeah. This is
So
like
meta.
classic Alpha Red. I'm in a time machine right now. Something weird's happening. Is this not? This is Alpha Red playing right now.
That is pretty weird, I will say that much. That's weird.
I ain't complaining, Chun. I'm really not complaining right now. I'm enjoying this.
What happened to this half? I really want to know. TYLOO was up 5-2, and Beyond has won the half 10-5. Unbelievable stuff, but they need to keep themselves alive here, and they have to do it on Mirage. So it's good to see from Beyond.
Will you follow me under when I'm crumbling? Every night I wonder, will it ever end? Sometimes I can barely breathe, dear. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Come a little closer. We should take our time to think this damn thing over. Should we grow closer? Should this be over? My heart for your mind, probably we should start over. Tell me if it's over. Am I your lover? Are we going solo? Or is it polo? Her face is saying don't go. I'm acting like I don't know. Whisper my name. Say what you want, show me your thoughts. I do the same. My brother in neck while I slowly curse. Feelings in gray. It's still the same. Tell me if it's over, come a little closer. We should take our time to think this damn thing over. Should we grow closer? Should this be over? My heart for your mind, probably we should start over. Tell me if it's over, am I your lover? Are we going solo? Or is it polo? Her face is saying don't go. I'm acting like I don't know. Tell me if it's over, come a little closer. We should take our time to think this damn thing over. Should we go closer? Should this be over? My heart.
Picking up scars and I hold them close. They shut me down, but I got this vibe. Shine a light on me when my heart goes dark. It's the never-lose faith now. I'm in the flames of an angel. Fire, fire, burn. Fire, fire. And even if I'm broken, I'm cold but my blood's not frozen. Fire, fire, burn. I'm dying to tell you I'm a wildfire.
Welcome back. It's Beyond Esports and TYLOO. And Beyond managing themselves a 10-5 first half on the CT side of Mirage. It was TYLOO's map pick, and TYLOO's up 1-0. So it's an important map for Beyond to be getting off on the right foot on. But Pilly, I have one little tidbit for you.
Wow, what is it?
The AUG cannot be purchased on the T side.
Yeah, but Beyond's already done better than the last 2 times they played TYLOO on this map. Both of them, they're getting 16-7. Now a bit of a fight over middle. And you're just seeing TYLOO go forward, hold the W key a little bit more, and it's gone pretty well for them. They've ended up with a 1-man advantage. Yes, they've conceded the A site, and I'm sure the bomb will go down momentarily, but...
Oh, well, it's important that Summer survives here, to be honest. If he drops now, CT spawn open. TYLOO back to a 3-on-2 because Slowly was a tickle away from death, and he has indeed been tickled by STK. Apparently, he's not too fond of them, and he's going to have to watch as the rest of his team tries to salvage this one. Somebody covering off for Attacker, but that doesn't go too well, and Olivia Peaks deals with Attacker. TYLOO lose the pistol.
Yeah, the only teams TYLOO have really been losing to Mirage to the last little bit are the Chinese teams that are the best at the moment, which would be Vici and Invictus. So it would be interesting to see them lose to a team like TYLOO as well.
To Beyond.
Beyond, rather.
It would be.
I don't really know what to say about this game. I think TYLOO's looking very flat, to be honest. Yeah, Beyond's playing decently, but they're not doing anything outstanding. They're just playing a decent level, and TYLOO seems to have fallen much below the level that they were playing at for that last map and for the last 2-3 months, maybe.
How about that?
Yeah, that's back up to the level we expect.
Yeah, a little bit more from that, though. It's only 1 kill so far. Danking's going to creep toward this smoke, and that can go horribly wrong, but he's looking in the right direction. Myrol's had no idea. Not sure if he spotted him or if that was just spam. Danking's given the opener to TYLOO. He's put to bed, but he's done his job. 4-on-3 now.
Yeah, handful of utility here for Beyond, but TYLOO's basically hard stacked over here. Jungle and Connector doubled up in CT. Molotov on top of the balcony. Clears that out.
It's an interesting smoke.
Yeah, Beyond's got their work cut out for them here, Jordan. And they're really dilly-dallying. They're really waiting for some kind of a flank. And
well, is that so surprising given what we saw on Overpass?
I guess not. They didn't really get to play a CT side, so maybe if they had started CT side of Overpass, we would have seen a bit more of that.
Summer has spotted QQ walking out onto the bomb site, but not the bomb just yet. Smoke does go down, but this is where TYLOO can make a big difference if they deny the bomb plant. Summer's already a triple attacker up onto Tikkaputh, has gotten himself 2, and QQ fights hard, but he can't fight long enough. TYLOO will win themselves a fairly critical round in the grand scheme of things. Brings them back up to 6. More importantly, gives them the bye and means that Beyond is going to have to force back into the round if they want to keep challenging this first half, second half.
Well, Beyond, after losing that round, are just going to go for 4 MAC-10s. So looking, as well as a Deagle, looking to try to play some up-tempo Counter-Strike. Imagine this will be some kind of a B execute. So somebody's got full util. I think you do have Slowly with full util as well. So they've got the utility to be able to deal with this. Molotov will slow things down a little bit for Beyond to get there, and the smoke in a forward position, as well as a nade straight on top of STK. That's pretty good.
Double nade it was actually as well, because Slowly chucked his in there, and somebody is making short work of Beyond Esports. One of these Beyond players is liable to just walk into a spray of bullets through that smoke. But TYLOO have successfully forced Beyond away.
That round basically just got shut down before it has even started.
Yep.
And that's a very salty sort of a round for Beyond to be losing, because that's this round gone as well as the next.
KNTZ does at least roll over Summer. Deagle comes out, and he's got another one. Attacker falls too. TYLOO definitely don't want to be losing more guns than they have already. Slowly probably can't. Oh, he does just get there in time to upgrade to an M4.
Yeah,
of
they're
the
going
MP9.
into an eco now, though, Beyond. So TYLOO are going to be able to build up their cash a little bit.
Yeah. They've not decided to go for an MP9 at all. They've actually fully upgraded all the weapons. Tac pause for Beyond, and we don't see tac pauses all that often in the Asia region. Usually only when someone accidentally buys at 14-14 an MP7 and armor. Then you might get a tac pause. But that would never happen.
No one would ever do that.
No.
And if they did, it would almost definitely not work.
I agree. No way. No way.
Somebody's playing pretty good.
Who?
Ha 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 ha. You know when that old stale joke is so obviously going to come that you even set it up for yourself and then you just wait.
Yeah. What about attacker? He's not really an attacker right now. He's a defender.
But he was playing aggressively.
But he was defending.
Defending what though?
Connector.
He wasn't defending the bomb site, he was defending connector.
He was defending the connector.
So is that really defending or is that attacking so that you don't have to defend later?
This is too meta. TYLOO's starting to get going a little bit on the CT side now, though.
Danking's wasted a nade. He has a decoy instead of an incendiary. Definitely want an incendiary on your AWPer.
Oh, and he's got 4850 in the bank, yeah.
Got himself a little one-way there, Jordan. It's pretty good. Just waiting for Beyond to do something. But they're not doing anything. They're just they think that TYLOO is going to aggress on them because TYLOO has a strong CT side economy. And usually you take more risks when you have a strong economy on the CT side because you don't fear the economic reset. But TYLOO isn't doing that. They're just chilling.
Confidence?
This is it. Look at this. The crab walk through middle. Silence across the map. They just start crabbing.
Well, game is up. Attacker has spotted at least one Beyond player. I start to wonder a little bit sometimes when Beyond lets that timer tick away as much as they have in this round. Where does that leave them? This is the right decision, though, from Beyond. They're working towards the B site, but slowly shuts not only one down, but two. Gets himself an incendiary, and that's going to force Olivia up the ladder into his death anyway. It was not the right decision in the end, but hindsight is 2020. It looked okay for them. Had they run over slowly in ladder, Attacker deals with both STK and KNTZ with absolutely no problems at all. And 11-9, TYLOO on a bit of a roll now on the CT side.
Whatever happened to production having their own little prediction part of the graphic? What happened to the matchup prediction? We used to play against production.
Yeah.
But ever since they don't have their star predictor, he's busy working on other things. No one's got the guts to make any predictions anymore. How about that?
Sounds about right.
What is with danking and buying decoys, man?
Maybe he just holds it in his back pocket to remind him of what not to become. $4,750 decoy. And it warms him up. Just like TYLOO seems to have gotten warmed up on the CT side. They've really not missed a beat. Dropped the pistol, but won the force, and ever since then it's been their half. And they've nearly equalized. Hasn't taken them too long.
Another attack pause from Beyond. I think they well and truly realised that they are losing control of the game.
What can you do about it?
What can you do about it if you're Beyond? think TYLOO's been playing pretty passively, but now they have an even stronger economy than before. So I think you do just try to run this 1-3-1. You try to take some mid control. You'd be well aware that TYLOO, they're kind of only contesting the areas of the map that they need to and that are critical, like ladder, like connector. So you do try and just focus on taking those areas of the map correct, but that's when TYLOO starts to mix things up. Somebody doing a classic somebody maneuver that I saw in IEM Sydney against SK Gaming that won them the game, just pushing into the top mid smoke. And it's working again, many years later.
He's actually done a lot of damage to Mirage as well, down to 15 HP, but somebody elects, never mind, to back away, I was going to say, but that is a nice incendiary. Forces Mirage to waste his smoke. Meanwhile, Danking also got himself a pick. It's 4-on-3. TYLOO still continue to dominate the CT side.
Beyond do have that one player in Palace that they've left mid, which might be, to be honest, the best place for them to actually try to find an advantage in this round, because TYLOO's just split up 2 apiece on each side. So attacking a side a little bit more one-dimensionally might not actually work for you if you're Beyond. Might have been better off trying to sneak up connector, but look, again, it's a hindsight thing. They don't even go for ramp, which is really risky in a round like this. Usually in the XVX situations, it's quite common to see someone push into ramp, but they're just going to all run out Palace.
Let's see what Summer can do. Does get his timing wrong. Danking 1 for 1, which is not enough because Summer also dropped for free. 15 seconds, really all it took there with a couple of bits of damage. Oh, somebody tapping away through the smoke. He's caught Mirage. Bomb plant's not down now, and Olivia's going to have to put that on the floor. He does just in time get it done. But he's making a lot of noise and slowly, as of yet, has not given away his position. That'll be that. Olivia tries his best, but TYLOO will win the round.
Credit to Beyond, though. They gave that a good crack. And I have to say, if maybe the bomb goes down there instead of getting spammed through the smoke, might have closed that round. But they don't. And TYLOO's money just builds up more and more and more. Now Beyond on that full loss bonus plus the bomb plant, they can just buy till the end of the game, basically. And to be honest, if you're not able to actually crack a T-side round at this point, after seeing what TYLOO's doing time and time again, then I don't know what to say to you, really. This time we do see the connector smoke getting ready from Olivia, and it's just going to be a Palace pop from the lads.
It's a double off from TYLOO. And it's worked out okay, at least for Danking, holding close at ramp. He'll wait for Olivia to round the corner here again. Just lining up the ducks, checks the other angle, and very, very nice and patient from Danking. Meanwhile, Summer and Attacker cover his back. It's only one gun down for TYLOO, and they continue to build the CT economy up.
And that just kind of screams out of ideas from Beyond, because they've even seen that TYLOO is not contesting mid that much. There was only that round where somebody was aggressive, but from the rest of the time, they've been quite passive sitting on the bomb sites.
Yeah.
And TYLOO's got full utility, so it's going to be, you know, a little easier to hold off a round like that. So I don't really know. When you got full utility and all you can come up with is just the one jungle smoke into a Palace pop, I don't know if you've really got the depth you need on this T side to actually crack TYLOO here.
I would tend to agree with you. They're going to try and make something happen again. It's just pistols this time from Beyond, and so far not looking to be too problematic for TYLOO. Attacker, Summer, and slowly combining quite easily in the round in the end to finish that. And that's kind of what it's felt like in this half. The longer we've gone, the easier it seems to have gotten for TYLOO.
Yep. I would agree with you. Now into the double AWP, so if Beyond continues playing this slower style, it's going to get a little harder for them. This is where, like, maybe a Palace pop might have been a better shot, but it's like nothing they've done has worked. When they went for the mid control, somebody shut them down. When they went for that back 10 buy towards B, they got shut down before they got started that time. They try to go for the Palace pop. Attackers on that little Tetris, just holding the smoke.
Yeah.
almost feels like nothing Beyond can really do is going to make much of a difference at this stage. Now they're going for this slower approach. Livia's looking for a pick towards B, and somebody's already on the angle with the secondary AWP that he hasn't had until this point in the half. So what can you really say, Jordan, you know? Now it's the connector control. Okay, this could be critical. Attacker, he's isolated. They've gotten the pick. This is what Beyond has needed to do. But can they convert the round? They know that Slowly plays ladder, yet they still lose the pick to him there.
Well, he pushed out onto short this time. You're right, the mid-round plays from TYLOO have consistently caught Beyond off guard.
They get the pick in middle and go 1-for-1, and then they just give middle up. It's like, I don't really know, you know, like it's like you go and put an emphasis on getting control of this part of the map, and then you just leave. And you've just got Summer in there. Now that they've boiled it down into the 4-on-4, they're going to try and go back to one side of the map, which is an okay approach, to be honest. If they trade out well, like they did before, maybe it might work out for them. But if they don't throw proper flashes and Dankings on triple, they might just all die. And
well,
the flashes are here in Palace for the most part.
Time is of the essence as well for Beyond. They're going to have to make their way into the site. Danking does, in the end, actually get flashed off. Puts a smoke down to provide a little bit more space to work with, and that is not what Beyond would like to see. But they have dealt with him. In the meanwhile, though, it's the other AWP on the other side of the map that's doing the work. Double kill for somebody. Slowly's here to help out as well. That's a nice spray transfer. And there goes STK. TYLOO not putting a foot wrong on the CT side. They're up to 14 now. And I don't think Beyond is going to be able to stop that hype train at all.
I didn't mind that, to be honest, that late round. But I feel like maybe it would have been more consistent if after they take that pick onto attacker and connector and they navigate their way through that 5-on-4 by just holding that connector control and punishing the pushes out from TYLOO that have consistently been coming out, they probably win that round more often than just going back to A in that 4-on-4. But who knows? I think that was a decent percentage play they went for, but unfortunately somebody happened.
And now Danking is happening.
Yeah, and I think if you're Olivia, if you're like in-game leading Beyond at the moment, which I assume that he is, that's the kind of kill that's going to get in your head a little bit, you know? And potentially affect your decision-making.
Well traded.
One pick back. Okay, so back into this, actually 4-on-3 as SDK's gotten the pick as well. So Beyond, this is a good round to walk back to just one extremity. When you've got the man advantage, focusing on the extremity is a pretty high %. So I really like what they're doing this time. And I also like what TYLOO's doing, just trying to actually find a pick in middle and just stick together as a unit and try to make something happen in the mid-round. But I think for once, Beyond's got the better read in the XVX situation.
You say that, but TYLOO's starting to float back over toward A. They're going to have two players there. Obviously, somebody is quite far away on B, but he's getting a bit of info that there's not a whole lot happening over there. And Util starting to fly into A. Summer up on top of the stairs, has a little bit of an angle to peek through. Attacker's going to have to be the one to do the work, but he can't. And so bomb plant goes down. Summer does grab himself one. And somebody's been quite fine form so far on this map. Wouldn't count it out just yet. TYLOO, however, may think better of this. Just decided to save both of the AWPs, although they do have a lot of money. That's a good tag onto QQ. Another spam through from Summer. Not quite connecting onto STK. Somebody tried to creep all the way up onto default.
It's much better from Beyond.
No luck.
Going back to that A site, you know, it hasn't had a lot of success, but they've looked okay doing it, and especially with the man advantage, that's really nice from them. I think go back to middle, try to keep creating these man advantages, and maybe we'll see where we can go from there. But they really don't have a high % of success on this T side. And TYLOO's still got money. Like, this should be TYLOO closing out this map every day of the week, but
They got so much money.
we'll see how it goes.
Olivia's going to get aggressive into apartments. He's copping a lot of damage in doing so, though.
So you're starting to see the setups normalize a little bit more. Mirage and QQ and Attacker and Slowly in middle is, you see STK coming up the underpass now. they're all pretty aware of how each other plays at this point. You know, they should be well aware of what positions certain players are playing. They've just got to try and isolate those fights. So QQ and Attacker again in towards Connector here.
Attacker inside of the smoke. He gets the better of the fade. The trades are also just a little bit better for TYLOO so far. Slowly continues to have impact from short.
It just seems like TYLOO are kind of a little bit ahead of whatever Beyond's doing in terms of the timings that they're peaking at. Whereas Beyond, they should be well aware that slowly again is just coming out short and trading whenever they get contact onto Attacker. It's been the same almost every time they've run that mid control.
Well, bit of a different look from Beyond this time. They're able to walk into the A bomb side. It's a split, but Olivia's been spotted, and that's the bomb dropped. Dan King continues to hit pretty much everything. As I was about to say that, he did end up missing a shot, but there you go. That's just sometimes how it works. 15-12 though, and TYLOO now 1 round away from finishing Beyond off, knocking them down into the lower bracket. It's been a pretty well put together best of 3 series from TYLOO. A little bit of a speed bump here on Mirage, but getting over the line okay.
I think they tried to play that T side a little differently to normal, it felt like.
Okay.
They're really playing quite slow. They were doing a lot of 1-3-1s. And it really didn't work out against Beyond, especially when they had bunny control. But on this CT side, it's been a lot more dominant. Like, you can see the streak of rounds is ridiculous from TYLOO. They've won almost all of them.
Yeah. Match point for TYLOO. Money is reasonable enough for Beyond. They're not going to afford the AWP for Olivia. Going to have to go down to the Mac-10 Galil here and there, but it's at least serviceable. Double AWP still persisting for TYLOO. And a push toward the B-bomb site might be the name of the game this time for Beyond. Not a side of the map that they've really shown too much interest in, to be honest, on their T side. They were shut down earlier on this side, and maybe that's why. Somebody here with the AWP. He takes a second shot, a bit of a greedy one. And this time, maybe not quite having the success as what we've seen from this position before. But either way, it's going to be a good round for TYLOO. It's a good map as well. 16-12 the scoreline. And that's the best of 3 series finished off by TYLOO. 2-0 the scoreline today, and they'll continue.